plaintiff, Peggy Johnson, says she and the defendant were roommates. And when the defendant told Peggy that she wanted to transition from a man to a woman, Peggy was supportive. Peggy claims after the defendant met a man, she decided to move out. But Peggy's suing her today for rent and damages. Defendant Marissa Heddy says she and Peggy were good friends until Marissa met her boyfriend online. Marissa claims Peggy did everything she could to discourage Marissa from getting involved with her boyfriend. But they are together, and Marissa denies owing Peggy for anything.
Start with you.
I met Marissa in July of 2013 when she rented a room for me in my home. After a while, we became really good friends. Everything was going great. About 6 months down the road, she came to me and told me that she was planning on transitioning from a male to a female. I was very supportive. Like I said, everything was going great until about the fall of 2017, when Marissa met her current boyfriend online. He lived in Alabama. We had discussed many times if they might be able to meet in person to see if their feelings were real. You know, online is one thing, but meeting someone in person. And she had stated that with their work schedules that it, you know, probably just wasn't possible right at that time.
That's not true, Your Honor.
You relationship doctor or what you?
No, I just...
Does she give you relationship advice?
Sometimes.
Okay, let me hear from you.
Your Honor, we lived together on a handshake the whole time that I was there, about 4.5 years, no lease.
What was that like, living with her?
At first, I stayed to myself. About 1.5 years into it, we became closer friends. Then she became supportive. I got invited to a lot of her parties or whatever. As far as I know, she met her boyfriend on Grindr. I met mine on Facebook. So speaking of genuinity, you met your boyfriend on the sex site?
No, sir.
Speaking of genuinity, I don't think.
Isn't that a gay sex site too?
That is not
Grindr.
As far as I know,
heard it.
as far as I know, she has no room to speak about advice on relationships.
Go ahead.
I informed her that I wanted to meet Nick and wanted to go to Alabama and take a vacation from work.
You had met him on the internet or Facebook?
Facebook. Mm-hmm. We video chatted for about 18 hours a day, actually, including while we went to sleep. I know no life at all. But we became very close, and we're both very open and honest people, so we told each other things we had never told anybody else. And that brought us a lot closer. Yeah. And it became serious as of October, end of October 2017.
You were still living with the plaintiff?
Yes.
Take me from there. Did you move in order to
I
be
wanted
with
to
Nick?
meet him.
Mm-hmm.
Every step of the way, she tried to talk me out of it and
Saying
told me...
Your Honor, that is
saying not to go down to Alabama, it was too far, or what?
Telling me that he should have enough money to come see me, pay for the hotel, that I should be letting him do all the stuff for me because that's the way a woman acts.
That is not true.
That's not how I feel. I
mean, that is old-fashioned advice.
Yes.
You know, but things have changed a lot now, but...
That is not true.
Go ahead.
Your Honor, I feel like it's more important that two people do things for each other, not what can you do for me.
I agree.
So I decided that since I wasn't going to be going down there to meet him, I was just going to go get him.
How did you go and get him? You drove?
Actually, my ex-wife drove. She rented a vehicle and saw that I was very happy.
The two of you together?
Yeah.
You and your ex-wife?
We're actually best friends.
Okay, good. All right.
We picked him up, and it's been wonderful ever since.
Now, where do you all stay? Did he come and stay at the residence?
For one night, and at that time, I realized that through discussion between myself and Peggy that it wasn't safe for me to leave to go to work with him and his 4-year-old, that there's a chance she could call the police and have him escorted off the property since he was not
true.
supposed to be there, and she made sure that I knew that she didn't want him there.
All right, ma'am. So let's get to the rent and the damages you're suing
So
for.
if we could just back up for a second. In December, like she was saying, we were sitting around the kitchen table like we always do, and it was close to the holidays, and I said, do you think you and Nick are going to be able to spend any of the holidays together? And she got this big grin on her face, and she said, I'm going to go and get him. He's going to move here. And I was like, okay, well, you know, do you have a plan? What are you going to do? Because I require 30 days notice if somebody's moving out of my home. And she said at that time, which I have a written statement, that she was going to replace the carpet in her bedroom, she was going to paint the walls, and she was going to pay January's rent. And I did at that time say that when she got back with Nick, that they could stay at the house for a couple days until they figured things out. But that was before I went to Marissa's Facebook page, and I saw this creepy picture of people in trash bags with blood all over them, and it just...
What was it of?
I have no idea. It was people that were just full of blood, and he had posted it. And so it freaked me out, and I was like, Marissa, he can't stay in my house. I've never met this person. I don't know anything.
Because he posted a picture of...
bloody people.
Yeah.
And I don't know him, you know, I've never met him. And I said,
depending on if it's like you describe, I might feel the same way, or an average person might feel the same way. But I bet you it's some type of joke between the two of them. I hope.
I can clarify, Your Honor. Your Honor, the page or the post that she's speaking of is Nick and I are both fans of horror movies. And it was a October Halloween wedding themed or Halloween themed wedding.
No,
you knew
sir,
that.
I
You were
did
trying
not.
to find a way to keep
No,
mentioning
that
it.
is not
to
true.
her.
And
Your Honor,
You mentioned it to her?
yes, I did mention it to her. And Your Honor, we voluntarily gave her Nick's dead name. That instead of using that to find out more information about Nick, she chose it to dead name him. Now,
What does
also
that mean? Dead name him.
using his birth name to offend him.
Got it. Yes, sir. Nick,
Your Honor.
stand up.
Sorry.
State your
I
name, your
was-
full name.
Nicholas Edward Grant, and I was just going to add to, for education purposes, people that are transgender, whether or not wherever they are in their transition, they usually they have a preferred pronouns and preferred name, whether or not they've had their name legally changed yet. But dead naming is just that, referring to them because usually they were named with the other gender name.
All right.
so,
Your Honor.
What?
well, I was just going to say, so on December
Me
16th,
talking to these young folks. What?
they came back to the house, and they did stay one night. Marissa...
I heard that. What do you want to tell me?
Your Honor, she had mentioned that she has in writing that I stated I would replace everything. She does not have anything in writing. I never wrote anything
Let's see
down.
what you have.
It's my boyfriend was at the kitchen.
Your boyfriend, you said he had it in writing from her.
So the day that we were sitting at the kitchen table, it was the three of us sitting there.
I am her boyfriend. She wants me to lie, but I cannot lie. I must tell the truth, Your Honor.
That's true. He did
He
tell
tells the truth.
Did tell
He said, I cannot lie.
Did not.
He did. It's right there. I'm gonna underline it.
Got it.
See? Read what it says.
Says I cannot lie.
Thank you.
But you wrote that.
I wrote it all. All right. Now, did you owe January's rent or not?
No, I did not.
She went.
Did you give 30 days notice?
I gave 30 days notice on December 1st, moved out on December 16th, was living in a hotel as of December 17th. On December 29th, she had the new roommate move in. On December 27th, the room was cleared and cleaned by the witness.
You had a new person move in December 29th.
No, sir.
And ma'am, how did you provide that December 1st notice?
When I
Verbally?
verbally with, everything else
Where
has
were
been
you all
verbally.
at?
We were in the kitchen.
That is a lie, sir.
You don't remember a discussion
I
in the
remember
kitchen
December 9th.
regarding Marissa leaving. You don't
Yes.
remember that discussion.
I do, on December 9th. We were sitting at the kitchen table, and that's when we were talking about the holidays, and that's when she said that Nick was going to move up here. He had a van.
What do you
I
have,
believe.
Marissa, you want to show? Seems like you had something.
Well,
you wanted
that's
to do.
for one. She didn't dispute
And
that.
what about the damages? You had carpet and.
I have pictures if you'd like
All
to
right.
see
And do
it.
you have
And I also have a receipt to replace. So I have the damages that she did and what the room looks like now.
It was the plaintiff. On instructions, 5 years of wear and tear. I'm paid to January 1st. I have guests. Please stop harassing me. I have things to do. You said they wouldn't be there. Really? No one ever said you could have overnight guests. You don't address the rent.
I did.
Where? I don't see it anywhere. You have something where you say that? Because on this text message, you do not.
It's on my phone. I didn't bring it, and I didn't print it out, but it's on my phone. I said, that was before I saw the damage to your room, and she said, I have my family now. Please leave me alone, and she blocked me from Facebook.
Well, I can go with the evidence she's presented in the knife scene.
She had a dog. There was so much pee. She was a heavy smoker. There was so much damage to the wall.
The damage on the wall is here.
Yes, the drapes are on the floor.
Did she give you a deposit, rent deposit when she
sir.
moved in?
That's a lie, Your Honor.
No one is.
All right, y'all gotta stop this line. What are you saying about the rent deposit? That's what I need to know now.
I gave her $200 rent deposit before I moved into the apartment or to the room. I mentioned to her that I really wanted to meet her before, make sure it was a good fit before I moved in, because I did find the room on Craigslist. You know, it's just a good idea to be safe.
Okay.
So she said she didn't think that was necessary, but I
believe you regarding the deposit. I'm gonna give you $200 of credit for that because that's what you say you gave. So with regard to the rent, as I've seen, she was paid through January 1st. So you're gonna get $400 of the damages. Have a good day.
I do want to say that I miss Marissa very much. We were really close friends. I'm sorry that it had to come to this. I hope that she's happy, and I hope everything works out for her.
have nothing to say to her.
Nope. She's not worth my words.